with Mark Burrows.
Good evening. We'd thought we'd seen the worst of it, but today the state's bushfire crisis hit a dangerous and frightening new level. Pictures pouring in from the fire-ravaged south coast we could barely believe. As we go to air, 8 fires are still burning at emergency levels, stretching from Nowra right down to the Victorian border. Well, 2 men are dead, another is missing, and dozens of homes have been lost right along the coastline. We begin our coverage tonight at Bateman's Bay, one of numerous tourist centres, now ghost towns, as visitors flee, the ones who couldn't get out forced to seek refuge wherever they could or stand and fight.
The south coast alight. Exploding gas bottles blowing apart a home on the outskirts of Bateman's Bay. A firefighter overwhelmed, residents realising they can't be here anymore. The bushfire ripped over the mountains and straight towards packed holiday spots.
Here we are, New Year's Eve, midday in Bateman's Bay.
The sky just getting darker and darker.
It is not looking good.
People were told to evacuate and get to the water.
So quickly, I can't believe it.
This is midday in the middle of Bateman's Bay. What should be one of the busiest times of the year, ending up in confusion and chaos. Extraordinary scenes, because over there, over to my left, would normally be the beach. That would be the beach here at Bateman's Bay. That is now orange. It almost looks black in some parts. Fears more than a dozen homes have been destroyed. The local Bunnings gone too.
We've had a couple of tears already this morning.
Small towns throughout the hinterland like Cobargo didn't stand much chance.
A wall of flames coming down this hill here, and it was coming straight at us. Police basically just told us to get out.
Population 776, turn-of-the-century buildings and historic town, a quaint main street, now hardly recognisable, with rubble everywhere.
It's been confirmed today that there are 2 deceased persons in Cobargo. The police have confirmed that, and a third person is missing with grave concerns for their safety.
The 2 killed farmers Robert Solway and his son Patrick, dying while trying to protect their home and livelihood.
It's a feeling of surreal.
What's left of these homes point to the ferocity of the bushfire.
The heat and the wind that was coming through from it. It was enough to give me a bit of adrenaline, and didn't take a whole lot of talking me around to get back in the car and shoot out of here.
Further north at Lake Conjola near Milton, it was clear just how big this blaze is. Almost looking like a nuclear bomb as it incinerated the forest, a tiny dose of water turning into a steam. The beach became a fallout shelter. Scared residents lined up like ants across the sand as they watched the inferno roll towards them. Further inland at Mogo, the main street was ablaze.
Hey, hurry up!
The situation getting desperate. The world-famous Mogo Zoo was evacuated, but the animals were locked up, with sprinklers their only defence, remarkably saved. But nearby homes, gone.
Parents-in-law place burned down this morning.
Nick and his kids fleeing to the beach when it was surrounded by fire.
We were up there for a few hours and just got too much.
Further south at Quamma near Bermagui, this man tried to protect his home.
It's the most intense thing that I've ever experienced. House was saved, shed gone, everyone's alive.
Nowra was hit by an ember attack and the airport caught on fire. The winds changed and pushed the blaze towards HMAS Albatross.
When that wind changed, they were rushing.
Rushing in pitch black in the middle of the afternoon, some fireys abandoned their trucks and left them to the mercy of the bushfire. Morning at Bermagui, more like midnight. This was 7 a.m. The local sports ground and evacuation centre. Narooma is usually a glistening blue this time of year. Instead, the showgrounds was where hundreds packed to keep safe.
4 a.m. my sister woke me up and said, we have to get out now.
The Princess Highway is shut in various places, from as far north as South Nowra to the Victorian border.
Not only are locals impacted, but in the entire South Coast regions, there are potentially thousands of people who are holidaying or who'd been travelling in the last few days.
Conditions are not getting easier for firefighters either. Aircraft just aren't able to work.
The pilots have identified significant safety issues with some of the turbulence and the velocity of the winds.